Hey, Naldo, when I was a kid, I had a police officer come to our school and give a speech on drugs. I didn't understand a word he was saying. Let's start the show. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of FYC Film Review. I'm your host, Gagne, and with me, my partner, Naldo, who's still trying to figure out the pun that the police officer was on drugs. Therefore, he was.
I
Come on.
okay. That works.
It was a
That works,
stretch.
man. It's okay. It's okay. It's cool, man. How's it going, everybody?
Oh,
I'm laughing.
yeah. I
Yeah,
had to explain it, which is not the best for jokes, but
that's okay. That's all right, man. What's going on, buddy?
we're going trip down memory lane.
We decided to do the new Beverly Hills Cop movie, Axel Foley, right?
Axel F. They couldn't even put
Oh,
the
it's
Foley in. Just
really
Axel F.
okay. All right.
Yeah,
It's kind of like Top Gun Maverick, but it'd be Top Gun Mav. No?
sure. It's
Okay.
whatever lack of creativity you put into the AI machine that spit out this junk. But
Okay.
let's get into
Wow.
it.
Okay, all right, let's get into it. Axel Foley just came out this year. Eddie Murphy's back, and does he redeem himself in this one after the last one?
Yeah, I don't really care about the last one. I remember watching it and being
Okay,
indifferent. This is so Beverly Hills Cop's kind of like one of those weird things where like the first one came out, we were so young that we couldn't watch it. And I think that
right.
I really remember this character from Beverly Hills Cop 2, and then I went back and watched the first one. I think the third one was forgettable and most people hated it. And I love that they made a
Yeah,
joke about it in this one.
yeah, I
Uh,
heard. Yeah.
but I don't, were people clamoring after 30 years for another Beverly Hills Cop movie?
No, people weren't. No, it's like the same with, again, Top Gun Maverick. Nobody was wanting Top Gun 2. It just kind of happened, I think, right? And so this thing just kind of happened. I'm kind of glad it happened just to see what they could do with it. Um, it's good. It was good seeing Eddie Murphy back. Really,
Yes.
really fun seeing him back. I think in the beginning, it tried way too hard for that nostalgic feeling with like the
Mhm.
80s music. And it just felt like, oh, it felt like I was being force-fed 80s stuff. Like, let me like my 80s stuff, but let me like it on my own. It just felt very forced in the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah, I mean, one of the first notes I think I put down was that, they're playing the hits. They're playing everything that the first two films did in the beginning over again.
Right.
And I think that made it kind of hard to get into. I was really going into it with that like enthusiasm. I heard, mixed things. Like it was fine, it was good, it was enjoyable. But I have an issue with straight to Netflix movies. They just first they don't hit the
Yeah.
same, You're not
Right.
on the big screen. If this was released in theaters, maybe I would have had a little bit more fun with it. Maybe because I was at home, I found myself like wanting to reach for the phone and not really
Okay.
engaged with the movie.
Yeah, I hear you. There's something about Netflix movies that when they come out, they just don't hit as hard if they were in
Yeah.
theaters. With this movie, that being said, like the whole gang is back in this movie. Everybody's back.
Yeah.
Everybody's back and everybody's old. Everybody looks old except
So
Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy looks pretty good,
yeah.
right? When
Yeah.
we got the new addition with Joseph
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Gordon-Levitt, which I
Yes.
actually happen to like in this. I'm not a big fan of his, but actually I liked him in this. He was pretty
Wait,
good in it. I'm
I love the guy, but yeah, I was hoping that his addition to this was gonna push it over the edge, but
It was
even
nice
that,
though. It was subtle though. I thought it was really good, and the addition with his daughter and having
yeah,
this strained relationship with his daughter. I thought that was, I I think once we got introduced to his daughter and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I felt like I started liking it a bit more.
hmm.
I really did.
Yeah, I liked that she's a lawyer. I liked her interaction with JGL, as we'll just call him, for so we don't have to say his name for the whole rest of this
Yeah,
episode. But
yeah,
something felt off. Like the actress who played his daughter, I didn't think it was a strong performance. I feel like JGL was kind of mailing it in. Like
okay,
it just something started to feel off. Like after they got through the nostalgia stuff, which I was like, ooh, okay, here we go.
yeah,
Maybe some familiarity. Then it got into the story, and I don't know. I lacked interest. They did everything to bring everyone back. They even sprinkled in
yeah.
some bacon. Kevin
Ah,
Bacon as a bad guy. Like,
yes.
okay,
Oh,
I'm up for it, but I don't know why something just didn't hit. Things felt forced. Like the helicopter scene. Like,
you didn't
really?
like it?
Like I didn't like it for the story's purposes. So like
Okay.
they were taking the helicopter for what? To get back to the police station?
Yeah, they need to get off
ultimately.
because we're on the roof. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they end up on a golf course and then you just kind of drive off the golf course and that's the
With
end of the
Shooter
gag.
McGavin. You see
Yes.
Shooter McGavin.
I was expecting him to literally be playing Shooter McGavin. Like he should have
Me
just
too.
they should have called that out or something because that's everyone went there, right? Everyone thought that as soon
Yeah.
as they see that.
Yeah. One thing that I noticed, and again, I don't remember this. Since when does Axel Foley slip out of handcuffs? Is that a thing in the franchise, or is that just a new thing?
I don't recall that. Maybe I've forgotten more about Beverly Hills Cop than
Oh,
I remembered,
yeah.
but like I don't remember that being a thing either.
Okay. And then his daughter could do it too, and I was just kind of like, oh, okay, that's kind of where he just slips out of handcuffs in and out. Okay. I don't know
Yeah,
if that's a thing. I don't remember it being a
the
thing.
whole old Bronco being his rental car, like also like what rental car place has old Bronco? There were some oddities to it that I it didn't work. I don't know
Okay.
why. It just
Yeah.
didn't work for me. Eddie was fine. Like Eddie played the role
Yeah.
fine. Like I
Yeah.
enjoyed seeing Judge Reinhold again and seeing some of his old characters, but not even JGL's beard could save this one for me.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of okay, man. We're totally indifferent on this one. You know what also noticed? He didn't laugh. He didn't do his famous laugh.
Right? What happened?
Yeah. I don't
Like
know. He didn't do
all
his
the
famous
things
laugh.
you leave out, you don't,
Yeah.
he's wearing the Detroit Lions jacket,
Yeah.
throwing it all the way back. Yeah, no laugh.
No laugh, no banana in the tailpipe, which I figured they might or reference, but no reference to that. Surge is, Surge, played by Bronson Pinchot.
Sad.
He's in it, and then he just abruptly is gone after showing the house. We don't hear from him again.
Yeah, he was only there for that episode and actually or that scene. Like I actually kind of laughed. I thought the realtor chick was funny. Like I
Okay.
enjoyed that scene out of all of them. I think I enjoyed that scene the most because maybe because I love Serge, but
Okay.
because
All right.
they did the get the fuck out. No, I can't. Like
Yeah.
good stuff.
I, I wish at the end when he was driving the pickup truck, which I think was like a callback to the very opening of the first one. He was in that pickup or that huge truck, and he was in the
Hmm.
back and he was flailing all over. It would have
Hmm.
been cool to see him in the back flailing all over just to pay homage to that scene in the very beginning of the first one.
Yeah,
Um,
they did a kind of a reverse, right? Like weren't the bad
yeah,
guys kind of driving off with that stuff
yeah,
and kind of swinging
yeah,
around? So
yeah. All right, man. Well, let's rate it, shall we?
let's do that. Yes.
All
What do
right.
we didn't even talk about? What are we gonna do? Axles, bacons,
Let's go with handcuffs. Let's go with handcuffs. Okay.
handcuffs. It is
Handcuffs because Eddie Murphy's Houdini and he can slip out of handcuffs. This
three
is weird. Okay.
times.
One handcuff being bad, five handcuffs being great. All right. I'm gonna let you go first because it seems like you had a problem with this more than I did.
Yeah, not so much a problem as just it's forgettable. I mean,
Okay.
I the nostalgia thing works sometimes and it doesn't in other times. And this one I really wanted to, and I kind of went reverse. Like in the beginning, I was kind of enjoying it and ready
Yeah.
for what they were going to serve up. I expected to see so many faces back, and some of those were enjoyable, and why I didn't give it a lower score, but I only give it exactly two handcuffs.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Two handcuffs. At first I thought I was gonna give it two and a half, and then as the movie progressed, I'm like, I'm actually enjoying this. I'm actually smiling and then chuckling a bit. I think it was sweet having that angle with his daughter and him trying to kind of, fix that relationship with her. I found myself enjoying it, man. I'm gonna go with a three. I liked it.
Okay.
Axel's back, sort of.
Wow.
He's back. So
Yeah.
three.
Yeah. I can't argue. I've heard that review from many people. Like
Okay.
I don't know what happened. I don't know who put the banana in my tailpipe on this
I
one,
don't
but
want to
it would
know.
not take. It didn't take off for me. So that's okay though. That's okay. That's
Okay.
what we're here for. Thanks
All right,
everybody
man.
for tuning in. Please let us know what you think of Axel F.
Axel F.
Are you closer to that three range with Ronaldo, or are you not enjoying it as much as I did? Let us know and let us know what you think of the review. We appreciate you guys watching. I've been your host, Gani, my partner, Naldo, and we are FYC Film Review.
Have a good one, everybody.